Hello Cancer, thank you for joining me here. This is gonna be your monthly reading for month of December, and as usual I want to thank all of you for watching my videos, liking, sharing, subscribing, and also I want to thank who has donated to this channel. Okay, without any further delay my friends, let's get into this. Okay. Oh wow. Alright. So I got Queen of Swords. This Queen of Swords is coming out a lot. Then I got Judgment in reverse. Then I got Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. Very interesting. Two major arcanas here, right there. I'm gonna get another card for Judgment and another card, and then we're gonna get into the reading. And from this month I kind of added few more tarot card deck just to get more layered and different perspective on a situation. So it's gonna be more detailed reading. So if you're into this kind of stuff, this is for you. If you want to into if you're into long reading, kind of detailed, more layered kind of reading, this is for you. With Queen of Swords, I feel like you need to look into it. You need to. Even though Queen of Swords is a very air energy, it's a strong mind, but I have a feeling with so much of blue that occupies in this card, and I'm just getting intuitively, even though it's a sword card, but you need to pay attention. You need to really be very truthful to a certain situation that you are involved with. And right now it's not really bugging you, but you feel a little bit of tension there. So in coming month, please do remember, this is a energy is flowing, so it may not resonate 100% right now. It may resonate later, or you come back for, or maybe some previous reading can resonate with you better. Just keep that in mind, that fluidity. Keep that fluidity in mind. So I'm thinking like I'm feeling like that you are gonna really pay attention to certain situation in future. I have a strong feelings that you are not doing it right now, but you are getting the hints of the uncomfortability, a little bit of hinges that this situation offers already, but you are not actively engaging to really get to the bottom of it, whether instinctively through your water element, you are a water sign, through emotion and intuition, or through airy like Queen of Swords, like really analytical way. In either way, you are not getting to the bottom of it right now, but there is something that's need to be discovered in regards to this situation, because situation, it could be anything depending on whoever you are, the situation that causing a certain kind of upheaval. Not really it provoking you to notify that there is something not 100% aligned with the situation like you thought it would be. You understand? With Judgment in reverse, I really need to get another card. Yeah, I feel like you need, that's my feeling here. I really feel that you kind of delaying it for whatever reason. Maybe this is maybe this is the end of the semester if you're a student, or maybe this is, if you're a teacher, end of the semester, you have a lot of things to do, lot of things, all this physical work kind of putting this thing off. But I feel like once this holiday season gonna kick in, you are gonna get more into your, especially beginning of to the 2020, I feel like you are gonna get more in tune with your emotion and mind to get bottom of it. And you are gonna, that's why the judgment is reversed right now. I feel like that waking up, judgment is all about waking up the inner world, where the spirituality lies, where the death realm of death and rebirth lies. Waking up that kind of consciousness, waking up that kind of subconsciousness rather. But right now you are not getting to the deep bottom of it, because you know that physically in 3D world right now it's not the time. Right now is not the time to get cut to the chase. Right now it is not the time to go to the bottom of it, like what's actually going on, to truth of the situation. And the situation you are in is very personal to you. It's not like that some kind of, you are in a it's like some kind of mortgage kind of, let's say like a mortgage thing, or some kind of, not like very, it's very internally linked means it's very internal. It could be emotion, it could be relationship with something, it could be your inner wealth, inner well-being, or it could be you where you are in general life, those kind of a little bit of spiritual angle to it, to the situation. That's why you are not prioritizing it right now, because you know that it's in real life. Right now you have better responsibility, you have bigger responsibility to fulfill. You might need to finish a project at your work that you cannot really think about your life in general right now. That feels like a little bit of luxury right now for you, but it's kind of lingering at back of your head that this is something that you needs to really take care of, because it bothers you, and it kind of affect you the way you are. It affect you internally. We are not all about work, we are not about our external things that we do in the world. We are as much as what goes on inside, but right now external is more important to you right now, and I think that's a good decision. Right now, if you delve into this kind of inner knowledge, inner conflict, it will only muddle the whole things, because right now you are not in the shape and space to really get to the bottom of it. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm gonna get one more card for judgment. One more card. Okay. Yeah, I asked for one, but it gave me two, but it's fine. I got 10 of Pentacles and 5 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So here, I feel like whatever the situation is, it's related to your stability. It related to, you thought that, let's say you are looking for some kind of, relationship to come in your life, and you thought that, if you are in this relationship, I will be settled. That kind of settlement kind of mindset you are coming in, but relationship happened, you were happy, but the sense of settlement, the sense of contentment, the sense of calmness is not there. Or maybe you thought that some kind of, like a project that you are doing, or anything that kind of give you a sense of emotional satisfaction, but you realize that it's actually gradually depleting your emotional satisfaction instead of increasing it. But you also know that strategically, realistically, this is not the time to really delve into this kind of, to gain this kind of stability again. Right now, that's why you're kind of holding back. Right now, that's why the judgment in reverse. Right now is not the time, but it's gonna be soon, because it followed by Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is also about movement, which Wheel of Fortune is also about a change. a change of cycle. So with Wheel of Fortune there, and it's also major arcana. So major arcanas are very spiritual. Major arcanas is like an active force that you force upon we let ourselves go through actively. It's not something external thing that provoke us to do. Of course there is a motivation from external, but the internal inspiration, internal urge and willingness kind of force us to take this active role to make this shift and change. So Wheel of Fortune is there. I feel like once you get through this, like I feel like maybe you will be doing it late December or beginning of next year. This kind of cleanup, this kind of soul spiritual like insertion gonna happen at that time when you are little bit away, a little bit kind of not that much burdened by the responsibility, the outwardly responsibility that you need to fulfill in order to really just float in life, you know what I mean. So but Wheel of Fortune there, I feel like they are gonna be you are gonna take this active role of looking the truth of it, looking the truth of the situation. Why you feel like, let's say you are in a relationship, you found someone, you got whether you got in a committed relationship or whether you got married or something, but you still do not get, you thought that everything gonna become in place, everything gonna fall in place, but you are happy, but you still don't feel that kind of contentment, you don't feel that kind of security, you don't still feel that kind of, you still feel that void. So you are kind of, so what is that? It may not be the other person, it's maybe something that you are seeking more than that relationship, but initially you thought that relationship gonna give you everything, but your soul is seeking more than that. Those kind of question and finding that answer with Queen of Swords, kind of clear clarity, kind of going for the truth, that kind of things only gonna come after you are kind of little bit relaxed with your material responsibility. So that's what I'm thinking, that it's gonna come maybe in the later part of December. And with Wheel of Fortune there gonna be a change. This active role gonna bring a certain change in your life, and you're gonna feel like you are completing certain kind of cycle and getting into a different cycle where you have better consciousness about your own and better knowledge about your own self. It's a little spiritual reading, okay? We're gonna get one more card from this deck and then we're gonna move on to next one. Yeah, we got Nine of Swords in reverse. Yes, with this new cycle that we're mostly talking about in future energy that you are gonna embody. Whether okay, remember please, these all are the energy. These are nothing action. Action you have to take. This is the energy, the potential energy that's gonna come in your way. How we are gonna utilize those energy, that's up to you. So with this Wheel of Fortune, the wheel gonna spin, there are gonna be new changes gonna happen because you're gonna take this active part in it, and it's gonna really gonna bring down a lot of mental fogginess, a lot of unsettlement kind of energy, a lot of like okay, let's get into there a little deeper. Because Nine of Swords, usually usually it says that like anxiety, cannot sleep at night, too much of thought, like wake up in the middle of the night and thinking about something, overthinking, overanalyzing, those kind of things. But why you overanalyze? Why so much of stimulation of energy? Need to ask that. Because what's happening when you actively take part in your spiritual journey, when you actively seek truth of your real situation, about your real situation, when you actively look into inside and really look for where is the crisis, if the relationship is not the crisis, because relationship is perfect, but I'm still not getting, I feel like there is something lacking. So it's not the relationship that's not giving something, it's me, I'm wanting more, those kind of self-realization, those kind of self-digging, actually it's a lot of channeling of energy. It's like a channeling of energy from the universe, from channeling of energy, spiritual energy. When you channel those kind of energy, and if you're not used to, it make your body a little uncomfortable because your body is not used to like that. So then you get a lot of anxiety, then you feel like you don't know how to, okay, I'm getting all these downloads, I'm getting all this energy, I'm getting all this inspiration, but I just don't know how to transform that energy or inspiration into something like, the energy conversion, like how to transform that into something action. So in the process of it, you may feel, while the wheel of fortune, while the change gonna happen, you may feel this kind of restless energy. You may feel like there is a lot that you want to do, there is a lot that you are getting download, there is a lot that you want to delve into spiritually, but you feel like it's just too much. Sometimes that kind of energy can overwhelm you, overpower, overstimulate your body, and that can create a lot of anxiety and sleepless night and restlessness. But I feel like after this wheel of fortune, because that gonna, even though you're gonna push through that kind of energy, and though when this changes in your spirit, changes in your inner life started to show up, this anxiety, this restlessness gonna be dissipate. That's what I get. Okay, let's get some more cards from Spellcaster Tarot. So the bottom core of is that if you feel restless, if you feel anxiety, if you feel like, oh my god, your body is kind of shaking, like not, it feels like overwhelmed by energy, don't, it's fine. You are just getting into a new cycle of inner knowledge, and your body is not used to. So just remember that. Yeah, don't freak out, and it will subside as you ease into this process more and more. Your body will know, and it will subside. Don't let that freak you out from seeking what you are actually begin to seek in later month of December and early next year. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, like, like it in between Queen of Swords and Judgment. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is focusing on the security, focusing on stability, focusing on what you have right now, and really try to manage that. So that's what I said, because right now you have a lot of earthy responsibility. I'm connecting with someone who has a lot of earthy responsibility. Maybe you have a baby to take care of, or maybe you have you got a new job in that you need to really perform well in order to make it stable and make it secure, or maybe you just bought a house recently, so you have a lot of payment that you need to make, so you're gonna focus on more on this other thing that you can make this payment on time. It can be anything. Or maybe you have parents who are not really doing well, so you need to take care of their health. It could be anything, and it could be relationship, anything, you understand, right? So whatever that is, you are trying to focus on that, and I feel like that's what it advisable right now, because that's need to be, you cannot get into a spiritual journey when you are constantly bothered and tensed by what's happening external world. That's not gonna give you peace and calm. It's only gonna make things worse, because you feel like, okay, you cannot seek, it's like, how can I say, okay, there is a, this line comes up, coming into my mind, you cannot decorate your home when your home is falling apart. You know what I'm trying to say here? So decoration and internal beauty come when the home itself is stable. If the home is shattering, if the brick is falling down, there is no point putting a tapestry on the wall. You know what I'm trying to say? So first you need to make the home secure, then you can think about what you can do in each room and how you can decorate each room, what that each room energy gonna be. That's up to you once you know it's stable. So right now you are working on this stability. That's why the judgment was in reverse. Right now you cannot seek this truth. Right now you are making your material world stable, which is beautiful, I think, and it's also advisable here that you need to do that. Sun, oh my god. Cancer, there is no worry. Wheel of Fortune, right under Wheel of Fortune is Sun. With this change gonna be beautiful. This change, this truth that you are seeking, that inner knowing that you are seeking, that why do you feel that something is missing in you? Why do you feel there's a sense of void in you? Why do you feel that even though you have all these things that you wanted, after that you feel dissatisfied? Once you're gonna seek the truth of it, you are gonna know so much about yourself, and it's gonna really give you a sense of, like, Wheel of Fortune is 10, Sun is 9, 19, 9 and 1 is 10, it's like 1. Like, there is a 1, 1. You know, 1 is all about initiation, 1 is all about change and, willpower, a new beginning, transformation, those kind of stuff. And with Sun is so bright, like, you are gonna be so, you are gonna see the truth of yourself. You're gonna see all this kind of, like a corner of your own soul where the sunlight did not fall before, but now it's gonna illuminate all this part, and everything gonna make sense to you. And Sun is also, because of the child, I feel like Sun is also very simple card. It's not gonna come to you like a complicated theory, like a critical jargon or something like that. It's gonna come to you in a very simple, on a very human way that you can understand, that you can make a 4 years old understand what's going on. You know what I mean? Very simple understanding of life. That's come with Sun. Sun gives a clarity which is not like a scientific proven theoretical, like you need to read 20-page article to understand life. Not like that. It comes very in a very simple format, and it hits you, and everything becomes very clean and clear, and you feel like, okay, I got it. I know myself a little better, that kind of sense. With this, right now you're focusing on your material stability. Do that, hold on to it. Once you feel like you got things under your control externally, you need to delve into this change. Then only you can find this Wheel of Fortune and Sun. That step, going through this truth, like Queen of Swords, going to this truth with instinctive truth and mental energy truth, that needs to take place right after you take care of right after, when you feel like your external world is not really rocky, it's stable. So that step has to be done in order to get into Wheel of Fortune, the change of cycle and the feeling, the clarity, and get rid of all this anxiety, all this restlessness. So these are the steps. My goodness, this is a huge month for you. Look how many major arcana we got. Temperance, now I got Temperance, Sun, Wheel of Fortune, Judgment. What we got? Okay, that was, yeah, 4 major arcana here. Temperance, yes. After this change, so that's why temperance is all about doing thing moderately. It's not calculative moderate. yes, there is a little bit of calculation there, but it's a calculation not for the gaining a outward reward. It's calculation because you know how much your body and soul can handle. So when you know that kind of thing, that means you know also your own limit and own limitation and own willpower. It's a temperance comes when you know yourself, that how much you can give yourself without getting overwhelmed. So that understanding comes when you really know yourself. In order to, if you know that you cannot have more than I don't know, more than 5 pieces of sweets, let's say, or cake or pastry, or slice more than 5 slices of pastry, that means you know that your capacity is 5 slices. So in order to know that your capacity is 5 sides, you know yourself. You already gone through this experience. You know that if you feed yourself 7 slices of cake or pastry, you will be throwing up or you will be feeling sick. So that's not tempering. So temperance is telling you that the energy, this changes, is not all in a one, like you have to temper. You have to know what's your boundary, how much you can take. Otherwise you're going to exhaust yourself or burn out, and there are going to be no spiritual growth. There are going to be no truth seeking when you are completely drained out and you're feeling like, oh my god, all I want to do is just lie down and sleep. That's not going to happen. And you are going to overwhelm yourself. You are going to overwhelm people who are attached to you, people who in your life. Everybody going to be tensed, and that's not the process. So temperance is saying that temper, know yourself. Look, 1 foot is in the water, 1 foot in the ground. Know what's your inner world is, where you are inside, spiritually, instinctively, intuitively, and where you are in the outward world, like materials, stability. That's why this stability is a big thing. So you cannot just go and do things just because you are feeling like. So you have to tempering how much you can actually tolerate. So you have to, you understand, you have to, maybe let's say you are seeking for a truth and all that, and maybe you are just being very too recluse. Then you have to realize, okay, is it my time to be totally recluse and constantly contemplate? I have other responsibility, I have a family, I have friends, I have whatever your situation, they are they're asking for my time. Maybe right now I need to take that time from my spiritual knowledge, my spiritual journey. Or maybe I just need to I don't have to push all the way to reclusion. Maybe I can be, I can give 50-50. I can give them 50% my time and 50% for my own, like how, it doesn't matter. I'm just giving you a very hypothetical scenario, but it depends on you. But it's like that kind of tempering of energy is very important in this journey, because this is a very spiritual, very significant journey that you are going to get into in the month of December and early 2020. So knowing your own limitation and knowing your own boundary is the key. Okay, I'm gonna get one more card for Wild Unknown as a suggestion or something that universe specially wants to tell you. Okay, so I got 10 of Pentacles. I got 10 of Pentacles in reverse and 9 of Pentacles. Interesting. So I think with this, These cards are, I really like the artwork here. You know, it forces the scope of intuition. I feel like with Nine of Pentacles, there is a sense of home. There's a sense of coziness, sense of safety. I think with this, what's the suggestion is, and Ten of Pentacles is where all the colors are merges. It's like a circular. Everything, you know, like it's like where it is origin and where it is ending, everything is coming together. So it's a very, very spiritual card where all the colors come together. When you know, like it's like a, look at this, the ripple. You know, blue is more emotion, green is earthy, yellow is you know, like self-knowledge, self-esteem, and red is fire. Red is fire and passion and spirituality. Everything is coming together through this kind of knowing yourself and knowing your worth and knowing your position in the world. It's an earth card. Both of them are earthy card. It's very interesting that you are getting a lot of pentacles here. So I feel like the advice is, with temperance next to, I feel like maybe you'd stretch a little bit and you can go completely like uncompassionate towards people of your home, you know, people that you consider family. It doesn't have to be immediate family, it doesn't have to be people who consider, it could be friends. You understand the concept of family, you know, people who are very close to you, people who matters. Sometimes what's gonna happen, you know, you are gonna be feeling so charged to get into this kind of Queen of Swords energy and getting to know yourself, which is very good, but don't make this a primal priority where you actually push the people who you consider like this is like a nesting, you know, who gives you self of security, self of safety. They who hold, you know, give you back when you fall, you know. Don't push them too much. Don't be a misanthrope. Don't be cold hearted just because you are on a journey, because that not gonna be fulfilling, you know, overall. Because in order to have Ten of Pentacles, you need to combine all this kind of different energy, whether it's a emotion, whether it's a passion, whether it's a, you know, like earthy sensuality, whether it's self-knowledge or self-reflection. Everything, when everything in balance, all the energy, when everything is balanced, then you produce the best work, then you become the best version of yourself. I know it's a little spiritual, so bear with me. I'm pretty sure people who come here, it's not just bam 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 what's happening. It's not a plot based story, just saying. So, you know, like, so those kind of balance gonna, in order to if you're really seeking for that balance, you need to pay attention people who are close to be what you consider home. That's need to also pay attention, because that's where you're gonna get the self of security and safety, and you might need that. You know, it's also contentment. But how do you get this self contentment? I feel like this self contentment comes from the feelings of coziness, comes from the feelings of that you have somebody to share those contentment with. I don't think it's a solitary contentment, but you maybe there would be a urge to go all the way when you are seeking this kind of spiritual truth, when you are seeking yourself and seeking your own time. You might push people away too much. So again, tempering, okay, everything is important here. Those people who who you already allowed to be in your life, you allowed them to be in your life for a reason, because you value them. If you value them and you also value yourself, that's why you are seeking the truth. Balance. All right, Cancer, I think I'm gonna stop here. This is an extremely powerful reading. Hope you get something out of it, and I will see you next time. Take care.